Oh boy. Oh my god, you can tell. Oh my. This is why. Holy. Oh, my fingerprints. No. Oh no. Today we are building the Vento 80. This is Owlabs' upcoming board. Owlabs and Keys are, so they're the same but also not quite. Owlabs is the brand where it's, quote, the higher end, more premium, and then Keys is their more like entry-level, budget-friendly keyboards. It's the same company but different sub-brands. This will be on Keys, but this is an Owlabs board. Okay, Vento will come in 9 different colors. You'll have 5 ano and 4 spray coated. So the colors for the ano are Wisteria, Lime, Glacier Blue, Silver, Black, and that will start at 455. And then you have 4 spray coated, which are White, Retro White, Bubblegum, and Red, and that will start at 435. Right, so the one I have is Bubblegum. It's a really hefty case, but here's the top of the board. Here's the side, here's the back, here's a USB side, here's the front. Have you guys seen the Jelly Evolve? I haven't built one, but this follows like the similar aesthetic. The keyboard is supposed to have like a floating design. You see how this piece kind of makes it looks like it's floating? There is like the structure in the middle. Side profile is crazy. Ooh, this board will come in both WinKey and WinKeyless. This board uses magnetic connectors and then it's easily disassembled. As you can see, this top piece just like easily popped out whenever I pressed these 2 on the side. So these 2 on this side is actually one of the mechanisms to take the board apart. And then by magnetic connectors, you see this part right here. So this is like the pin connector, so no ribbons, right? Looking at the internals, so this is also something that they designed a bit differently. They separated the leaf spring chambers from the sound chambers to avoid interference. They hope by doing this, it removes any hollowness of the sound. The front design, you have a badge and an LED strip, which is concealed underneath the badge. It will light up on this side right here. So here you can see the magnetic connector for the main USB port. I've already talked about the leaf spring mounting points. So you have the 3 up here, 3 on the bottom. You do have this internal weight right here that's held by the 3 screws, it seems. And then you also have like the external weight. And then depending on what color you get, the weight will be either red copper or brass. The external weight is going to be dual tone and it's going to be stainless steel. It looks blue right now because there's a sheet right here, but if you look, this is what I mean by the dual toned. One color and the second color. Lots of cracks to soak up ramen spills, excuse me? Okay, so one thing to note is that this middle screw is longer than these side screws. So it looks like there are these gaskets. I'm guessing this is a sort of force break method. There are no screws to attach the top piece and the bottom case. It uses this like clip-in mechanism. And I guess in order to avoid like the metal to metal contact, you do have these like little silicone. So you have the 2, 2, 2, 2. And then here you can see the magnetic pins. This is where the bottom case would then attach to the top piece. So these little dials or buttons do twist off. Hopefully you remember how to reassemble it. But basically, this bottom piece is a very thin tray. Most of the heft of the board is going to come from these last 2 pieces on the bottom. So you have this internal weight and then this external weight part. Here you have the cutouts for the internal external weight right here. And then on the sides, this is where you see the mechanism for the clip module. You have to make sure that the clip module is back and then you would reassemble it. This is like a hard plastic. You have 2 on each side. There's this pole right here for the clip module to attach onto. It's actually these 2 screws on the middle piece. And once you take those off, then you can remove this. And from here, if you want to take this part off, you have a bunch of other screws that you have to undo. So lots of internal screws. What I'm getting from all this is that you probably don't want to disassemble it. So here you have the magnetic connector. It does use a ribbon cable right here, but this is already pre-installed. And then it does have these like two little silicone bits on the side to keep it elevated. Here is the internal weight. So depending on the color you get, this will be different. So here is the clip mechanism again. This is where this would clip in like that. So it kind of looks like this. The bottom piece, this is also pretty heavy. So from the USB magnetic connector, here is your separate daughter board. And then you have this metal piece right here. This is the external weight. So if you look at the two-toned, it's actually one solid piece. And the weight is not just a rectangle. As you can see, there's this little hook right here, and then you got this little long part right here as well. And then if you look on the back, the reason why you have so many screws is because there's actually a badge that goes right here. And this is held together by a screw. So you have this little tiny badge, you have this big external weight, and then you can also put a badge. Where is it? Oh gosh. Okay, this is where it goes. You can also put the badge right here. To sum it all up, pretty complicated. I just would not take this apart. If you get this board, just don't take it apart, in my opinion. That is the board deconstructed. We can look at these leaf spring right here. So here's what the leaf spring will look like. You have the screw hole, and then you have this little part up here, and that's to catch on to this alignment tab that they've put on the bottom. And there is an O-ring at the bottom of it. There's an O-ring also. You would just align it like this. Whoop. So basically you have this little metal tab to make sure that this is aligned as well. Looking at the plate, so you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the little silicone socks. At the bottom, it does have the like little nipple, and that would fit in where leaf spring holes are. But yeah, that's the case disassembled. There's a lot that goes into the bottom part. So the fact that this is just like easily like, okay, I'm gonna pop this off. That's pretty much all you need to worry about. I think disassembling and reassembling for the bottom, like to check out the bottom mechanism, was good for science, but personally, if I got this board, if I were you and I got this board, I would not take it apart. This board will come in both WinKey and WinKeyless, and you have 5 PCB options, 4 hot swap options, and 1 solder option. So the 4 hot swap will come in either on-C flex or non-flex. So the flex cuts are going to be 1.2, and then the non-flex are going to be 1.6. And then underneath like the flex and non-flex cut, you can either get a 6.25 or a 7U layout. So the 7U PCBs will support both WinKey and WinKeyless. However, if you get a 6.25, that is not compatible with WinKeyless. And then if you get solder, it's going to be 1.6, and it will support both ONC and ISO. But here's the PCB. So here you have the cutout for the badge. And while it looks like there's the flex cuts, there are none. So F12, TKL, both WinKey and WinKeyless. Here's the back. So it does use the magnetic connector, as we saw earlier. And then there will be a ribbon cable connecting the LED badge to the PCB. Looks like there is caps lock indicator. As you can see, these little green lights right there. And then you can do step or regular caps. It looks like everything else is set for the most part. And then I have 2 plates. They gave me the FR4 and also a POM plate. You can get 5 plate options. You have the non-flex cuts, which are PC, POM, alu, and carbon fiber. And then you have the flex cut, which is the FR4. And this is the FR4, as you can see, with the flex cuts. And then I also have the POM, which is non-flex cuts. So non-flex cut. So as you can see, it's the same mounting points as the FR4. So that's the board. This is the connector for the LED strip. These are the connectors for the plates. And then here is the badge that you can put on the back. These are the extra feet on the back. So looking at the feet, you have these 2 on the sides. So you have the 4 on top, and then you have the long feet. They're non-adhesive, you can just pop them out. And this one comes in white, but I guess you can change it to this gray instead. And then if you look here, this is where the badge that I have right here would go. So this is just like a little cubby for that. The fact that you can see the mechanism that they use for the board on the outside of the case. It's screwed in into the internal weight, so top and bottom, and then the internal weight has a groove where it has the channel for you to pump it. So I've never seen the mechanism outside of the case. Another thing I'm worried about is that it is like hard plastic. I would be interested to see if they do give you like replacement parts. I don't know if anything would happen to it, but that's just another area of like where problems could happen, because it is plastic, it's not metal. I do think it's interesting that they added like this magnetic badge on the back. This external weight is really cool. So lots of badges. I would say the design itself is very busy. So looking at this clamp part, so this does push in and out. And this part is actually where the top piece will clamp. This goes to where the pole is. And then this part is where this piece that you see right here would clamp onto to keep it snug. These sides keep the top piece on, but you see these hard plastic pieces? These actually hook on to the bottom case. Do you see this little anchor right here? That's where the black plastic pieces would hook onto. Definitely a lot to unpack. It is a very complicated board. My mom doesn't like it when I make eggs, right? Because it gets like the house smoky and whatnot. She just like doesn't like the smell. I don't know. She's being weird about it. But yesterday I was making lemonade and I was like whisking, you know, using chopsticks to like mix it up. And I just hear her. She's like, "Are you making eggs at 4 a.m. right now? Like, don't you have anything else to eat? Don't make eggs right now." And then I like walked over with my lemonade. I'm like, "Mom, I'm mixing my lemonade." She was like, "Oh, I thought you were whisking eggs to make at 4 a.m. Alright, let's talk about the board. Okay, buckle up, buckaroos. So first of all, this board is called the Vento 80. It's going to be a raffle sometime in late March. PCB is separate, so you have to pick your PCB and then your plate. Total after adding like the bare minimum, it's gonna start at 510. Looking at the board itself, there's this LED strip right here, and this is a button that you can press to actually change it. So you see how it's like a rainbow right now? It just changed colors. This just changed colors. Holding it actually just turns it off. So you can do that. and then turn it back on. And then the other thing is that you can see these buttons. This kind of reminds me of like, you know, like the robot has like the little things on the top of its head. It kind of reminds me of this. You have the weight, you have this removable magnetic badge, you also have this badge right here. And then you have these two cubbies on the side of the case. So you can see when I press it, how it moves. And then this is removable. This theme matches the weight. And then something they're gonna be adding is right now they've made note that this is like a little loose. So they're gonna be adding a silicone transparent piece to basically prevent it from like moving around like that. And then taking apart the board, it's as easy as just like pressing the two buttons. You don't have to worry about any cables other than this one because this is using a magnetic pin. And so whenever you reassemble it, and you do have to deal with the ribbon cable right here, but it shouldn't affect it too much when you're taking it apart. The biggest thing is making sure that you don't close it without putting it in the cubby. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the leaf spring gaskets are all aligned with the 6. And then after you've done that, making sure they're all aligned and good to go, then you can take this and just push it into this little cubby. You don't want to make the mistake and have it stick out and then you're trying to close it because then it won't be like fully secure. And then you should just be able to close it together. And then if you ever want to take it off, you just press the two sides and it should just pop up. There's a lot of thought that went into the design. In terms of like criticisms for the board, I would say the biggest one I have is just, it does feel a little strange to have the mechanism that keeps the case together visible on the outside. It's not bad, it's definitely something that makes the board unique. It just feels bad that everything else is like so high quality, so intricate, like the dual weight, you know, you got the metal, and then this mechanism is like a hard plastic. I think it takes away a little bit from the board, but some people really like seeing it. But they will come with extras in case this does break. That's like my only critique about it. Most of the time it's on the back side, so you won't even be able to see it. But yeah, if you're interested in this board, I would recommend joining their Discord. The raffle will be sometime late March. So if you've never typed on a leaf spring, it is very bouncy. I like it a lot. It doesn't have the harsh feedback that you would get, for example, from like a top mount. It's not stiff. I've had a lot of fun building it. Thank you, Owlabs. Thank you, QK. Thank you for sending the board for me to review. It's a very pretty board. But yeah, that's the build. That's it. A solid 6-hour stream.